Hello everyone. Today I'm going to share something that puzzled me when I was in high school, and that is about the function hyperbolic cosine. So this function, hyperbolic cosine, was introduced by my teacher, ex plus e negative x over 2, and hyperbolic sine x equals ex minus e negative x over 2. When my teacher read that, he read as cosh and sin, where he emphasized the sound h. The word hyperbolic cosine and hyperbolic sine is something that I know when I was in university. So automatically, we will compare this with cosine x and compare this with sin x. However, exponential seems nothing to do with circle. Later on, we have to show hyperbolic sine 2x, which can be easily written as e2x minus e negative 2x over 2, can be factored as ex plus e negative x, ex minus e negative x over 2 can write as 2 and 2 and times 2. And that will give me 2 hyperbolic sine x and hyperbolic cosine x. And this looks very interesting because for trigonometry function, we know sine 2x equals 2 sine x cosine x. Not only this, we have a branch of identity from trigonometry and from hyperbolic function that looks very similar, except for when it comes to sine square, this will change to plus instead of minus, and similarly for this one. So why this exponential formula act like trigonometry? That's what we are going to uncover today, step by step. We'll see how a simple switch from the circle to the hyperbola change everything and yet keep the mathematical structure almost identical. By the end of the video, you'll see why hyperbolic cosine truly acts like cosine x. Other than this, let's look at the differentiation. So d dx hyperbolic sine is equals d dx ex minus e negative x over 2, and this equals ex plus e negative x over 2, which is hyperbolic cosine x. Again, ex. Similarly, like differential sine x equals cosine x. And again, it is so surprising. So if x equals the trigo function cosine theta and y equals sine theta, then we know that x squared plus y squared equals to cosine squared plus sine squared and equals 1. However, if x equals to hyperbolic cosine theta and y equals to hyperbolic sine theta, then we know that x squared minus y squared equals ex plus e negative x over 2 squared plus ex minus e negative x over 2 squared. And this give us a squared minus b squared. So a plus b, a minus b. So a plus b will be 2ex over 2, 2e negative x over 2, that is equals 1. And when we look at the function x squared minus y squared equals 1, it is actually a hyperbolic function. That's why the name called a hyperbolic sine and hyperbolic cosine. So recall that eix equals cosine x plus I sine x, and e negative ix equals cosine x minus I sine x. So when we take the sum and half it, we get cosine x equals eix plus e negative ix over 2, and also sine x equals eix minus e negative ix over 2i. So with this definition, we may compare with the definition for hyperbolic sine and hyperbolic cosine, which we can say that hyperbolic cosine x equals ex plus e negative x over 2, which is ei negative ix plus eix over 2, that is cosine ix. And for hyperbolic sine x, it is ex minus e negative x over 2, and this is e negative ix minus ix over 2, I and I here. And this is a negative I sine ix. So by Expressing cosine and sine in their exponential form, we can directly relate them to the hyperbolic cosine and sine function. That is the secret link. Hyperbolic functions are trigonometric functions of imaginary angles. That's why every familiar identity, addition, double angle, derivative, reappear with the same pattern, except that every plus quietly turns into a minus where geometry switch from circle to hyperbola. That's all for today's lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.